Well, hello there, Capricorn. This is Miss Joan of Miss Joan's Tarot on the Hill, and I'm here to talk to you about March. March is going to be a big month. We have 5 weeks, so there'll be 5 columns laid out in front of us. Where we are, what's blocking us, what our solution is, as per usual. And I have some interesting messages for you. One is a general message that I'm giving to all the signs, and the other is private, just for you, Capricorn. And let me go ahead and program these cards for you, and I'll tell you a little bit about it as we go. Some of it has a little bit more weight than I want to go ahead and do. So I'm going to set these aside and go ahead and program these. The general message right now is to remind you that even as we have a large number of people who are passing on, both young and old, there are a lot of people going much sooner than we think they should. And in our minds and in our hearts, we're confused, frustrated, pissed off, and all those things. The feelings are normal. But the truth for you to know is that everything is going according to plan. Don't be alarmed by their passing. Be alarmed, do your thing, feel your feelings, but know that they made the impact they were intended to, all right? I know it's difficult to understand, but the way they touched your life is all they needed to do for your life, okay? So, the impact they had is what it should have been. You learned all you needed to learn from them, except for this one last lesson, which is, of course, how to live without them. It's impossible. Each person's experience is going to be its own. Knowing in advance that all of those things are happening is kind of interesting. But knowing that everything is going according to God's plan, or its plan, whatever that is difficult. Nobody wants to hear that this is the plan. And yet the story is really that we can all have a major impact on another person in a very simple way without having it be like a big hairy deal, right? We don't have to have monumental. We can have an impact without it being done in some monumental way, right? The very act of smiling at a person as you walk by could be all that your impact needed to be, that stopped someone from feeling worthless enough that they needed to go and do something tragic and take other people's lives, right? So the reality of the ripple effect is what I'm being told to tell you all about, is that the ripple effect that another person leaves behind is what is the important factor, okay? It doesn't negate the intensity of your loss. It just means that you can rest knowing that that person's impact was exactly what it was supposed to be, and their ripples will continue. And you can choose to make their ripples your ripples, or have that ripple enter into your life quite heavily, or not. So that's cool. And now your own personal message, Capricorn, is that it's time to get organized, okay? I was told to tell you that. It's time for you to get your stuff in order. I'm sure it will come up in here somewhere, and we will look at this now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the overview for March, all right? So we have February 26th through March 4th. The first week is the King of Cups. We start with that. So there's an emotionally based male energy in your life right now. You're getting some really nice support. It feels like it, unless this is you, this could also possibly be you, because of the in-chargeness, and from an emotional space, you have to still be in charge. Just pay attention to what that is and what you're in charge of, okay? The area where you're blocked is that little part of you that wants to run. There's the 10 of Wands here telling me that you would love to just go away. Bye. I don't want to do this. This is hard work. I don't want to do this work. This work sucks. It can. Sometimes we get ourselves into situations where we have to do hard things that are unpleasant, unfun, and difficult. So I want you to just sort of embrace what that is. Do the thing. Get organized. And then you can take it one piece at a time, right? If you get organized, you'll be able to take it one piece at a time, as opposed to a big tidal wave of crazy going on that may be outside your usual requirements. So organization will make the outside of your usual dailies and your dailies make more sense, okay? The Queen of Cups shows that you do have support of an emotionally based female energy person, so that's very cool. That's going to come in very handy as you move forward in the project. So this is not a bad week. This is interesting. You have support. You're going to get organized. You're not going to run. Yay, team. Good job. Next week over, being the 5th through the 11th of March, this is the 9 of Pentacles, saying that there's going to be enough money. You're going to be financially taken care of in this moment of now. If you need to do something that requires you to take a break from work to take care of all the other stuff, because I'm feeling like there's other stuff to do, don't be alarmed. If you need to take a break from something that you normally do, you'll have what you need financially to take care of it, okay? So don't hold back from doing the thing you need to do. I don't think you're ever going to lose a job over this. I think that it's just a matter of time, okay? The Knight of Pentacles, an area where you're blocked, fighting for your worth, asking for a raise, maybe a little off center at the moment, but there may be other areas in your life where you're fighting for your worth, so that's interesting. Sorry about that. You may have to stand up for yourself and say, look, no, this is how it goes, and this is what's supposed to happen, and this is what I'm worth in this moment of now. Pay attention to what it is. Be impeccable with your word and your paperwork, because if you're not impeccable with your paperwork, you won't have receipts and proof, okay? We don't want you to have both of those, so good job. The Knight of Swords is here talking about fighting for your worth, and now you're fighting for your power. Fighting, yeah. Your solution is to, lay down the rules, lay down the law, lay down what's going on. You say, no, I do have the power. This is me having the power in this moment, and this is what's going on. So there. It's important as you do these things to sort of consider your audience, consider the people that you're dealing with, right? Each one will have its own personal needs. And I don't want you to approach any one of those people guns blazing if they're not people who come to this argument with guns, right? If they're just there with the words, then you should only fight with words, okay? Meet them where they're at. Meet each individual battle at the same intensity and the same level as them, so that you don't create more drama, more pain, more anguish by, coming out with a nuclear weapon when someone's just walked up to say, hey, I think I deserve something. You don't want a nuclear warhead, anybody like that. That's a lot. That's overkill, and it ends your relationship with that person forever. So, meets like, and come through your heart, okay? I know it's not indicated necessarily, but I'm telling you from my own heart to your own heart to this heart here, from my life experience and everything else, Yeah, it's in the cards, but it also comes through me to you. And you need to know that you don't want to approach any battle without bringing your heart into it, okay? Just a little something, okay? Now let's go on to the 12th through the 18th. We have the Three of Pentacles here. The Three of Pentacles is telling me that there is something going on behind the scenes for you financially. You need to look at it. Dot those I's, cross those T's, read the fine print. All of this stuff is important, and I want you to have all the benefits you have coming to you and all of the stuff taken care of properly, but all that can only happen if you do the work, okay? Pay attention to what the fine print would be, and know what's under there, and just try and be, like I said, impeccable. Remember earlier we were talking about being impeccable. If you need to be able to sleep at night, okay? And if you're not fair, even though you were given the power, doesn't mean you should be blah 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 blah, right? Try and be fair, okay? It's easy to start getting the look of Daffy Duck when he sees the pearl inside the giant clam. Mine, all mine. I was like, okay, whoa. We don't need to go there. We want you to open up your heart, open up yourself to the possibility of sharing and releasing some stuff. By releasing it, you have less headaches. Awesome. Think it through, come up with a plan. The Four of Cups is here, talking about your the foundation of your heart, and the foundation of your heart is super strong. It's also blocked, so yeah, what you're trying to do for you may or may not be high on the list. As I said, it might be something that you're doing for others, and it's, you know, being impeccable, being organized too. Organized is important. Very cool. Two of Cups down here saying that your relationship is at issue or will be your support during this week. So when all this is coming down, talk to your partner, make sure your partner's on board with whatever you're doing, and they may be able to talk you down. If you're getting a little they may be able to help you balance yourself back out, because we want you to stay balanced, okay? Capricorn, it's important for you to stay balanced. All right, so let's now talk about the 19th through the 25th. We have the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune is here saying that what comes around goes around. Karma is at play this week. So if you've been really cool and handling your business, keeping yourself organized and being fair and coming from your heart, everything's gonna come out really sweet for everybody, okay? Super cool. On the other hand, if you've been on the other side where you're like, I can maneuver this to be better for me, and I can let him have just that little bit, boop, you're gonna find that something will come back at your face. So unless you don't, I mean, most people don't want to go, so let's try not to do that, right? I hope that throughout this month we have already laid the groundwork to be cool and righteously awesome, so that yes, indeed, everything is going to come out sweet for you. There's more frosting somehow comes to your side of the cake if you are generous with the cake. I don't know why that is, but it's good, right? You give a lot, you get a lot back. It's called flow. Letting the flow happen in your life, letting the things come in and go out, come in and go out. If you never release anything, you're a hoarder. You're stuffing it like a huge sack full of stuff that never gets out, and you have no flow. And if nothing ever gets out, you can never receive anything because there's no more room in the bag. Okay, that's a big deal. So keeping that in mind, let's look at the Three of Wands being where you're blocked. You're not necessarily remembering the lessons from your past, so they're going to show up to say, hey, remember me? I did some stuff in the past, and do you remember how you felt when that happened to you in the past? They're going to try and remind you of your feelings and your emotions, and things that you learned about in the past that will teach you about what's going on right now. Okay, so remember those lessons so you can apply them. All right. The Knight of Cups is here as your solution for this week. Then you're fighting for your heart, fighting for what you want. Remember that other people are in the world besides you, and yes, your worth and value is awesome, as is theirs. Everybody has worth and value. And I trust you're going to figure this out. Run it past some other people. Don't be alarmed. Other people may be fighting for your heart's desires at the same time. You may have people standing up for you, and that's kind of nice. But also be sure that everything is good. Keep that karma right, okay? You don't have to have every damn thing. You may not have it in place for that thing. So breathe. The Two of Pentacles, let's go on to March 26th through the 1st, April 1st, that is. The Two of Pentacles is here saying, hey, check it out, man. We're keeping our finances balanced. Everything is a-okay financially. We are good. We may find, I'm seeing happy solutions in this moment where you're realizing that, oh, wait, I could do something different and more creative with the finances so that maybe somebody gets physical stuff and I get money instead, but everything is still even, Steven, and fair. But now I don't have to do that or that or that, and now I'm here with all this whoop, and then everything is cool, right? Interesting. Get creative and find happy solutions. All right, very good. And we have the Seven of Wands, where you're blocked. Not everyone is going to get on board with what you've got planned, but you can. It's time for a convincing argument. If you find yourself coming up with an idea that might work, great. If you find one that won't work, okay. You still may not get what you want, but coming up with a happy solution is the key, right? Trying to get the money balanced out so that everybody feels good and happy and right. Make sure that the person that you're dealing with is able to deal with what you're offering, because if you offered them something they can't deal with, then it's not a win for them at all, right? So the big answer in all of this could end up being liquidation, and it's a bummer, but it's a real deal possibility. And then once the liquidation happens, boom, 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 cut it down the middle, move on. Yay, everybody wins. That way is another option. Happy solutions, right? So the Strength card is here. The Strength card is your solution. This will pain you. Your solution will end up being painful. It will feel like something you're ripping out of your body. It is like that. Life is like that sometimes. We can get what we want, but we got to give some up sometimes. It's like moving from one life raft to another life raft. We have to let go of one to get to the other. But it's terrifying and it hurts. Okay? So keep that in mind. Even as you're doing it, realize that your pain is somebody else's pain also. You're not alone in this situation, especially if you're liquidating for the betterment of both parties, right? Multiple parties. It's important to realize that everybody's going through some pain, emotionally or otherwise. So with that in mind, it's a struggle, but you're going to get through it. All right, that's the overview for March. And I'm going to move these cards aside. And we will go immediately in depth on the first week of March, all right? So we've pre-programmed these cards for you, Capricorn, and we are ready to go. Let's do it. So, the King of Cups, we were talking about an emotionally based person in your life, possibly yourself, who is going to be handling the business right now. In support of that, we have the King of Swords, interesting, and the Wheel of Fortune. The King of Swords here is the Great Blue Heron, assertive authority and counsel. Assertive authority and counsel. So the King of Swords is here saying, hey, I'm the boss. I'm the boss. We are the boss. We have the authority. We can do what we need to do. And the Wheel of Fortune is here, the bear. Heed the inner voice, heeding your inner voice and cycles. So you're going to be listening to your Jiminy Cricket. You're going to be listening to there's just that thing inside us that knows what's right. There's, you know, the angel and the devil on each shoulder, right? Which one are you going to take care of? Which one are you going to listen to? The devil's sitting around going, mine, 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 all mine. Worry, I did this. I worked so hard. I get more. And then the angel is going to stand around going, I just want it to be over. And I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. Let's work on making it fair on paper for sure, so that no matter what, the numbers look even and Steven. And of course, I'll explain that I earned a wage because of doing all this work, blah, blah, blah. And you can legitimize that way, and it shouldn't be astronomical, but it should be fair. Okay, cool. Good for you. Do your thing. And now, we're talking about the 10 of Wands. You wanted to get out and go. I'm just as happy to walk away and never do this again. Understood. Totally get that. But that's not on the list, okay? We can't do that. We can't run away. We have to get organized. We have to be on point. We have to assert ourselves in a way that we've not really comfortable with it. In fact, just saying to somebody, hey, I really don't want to do this, but this is the job, so here I am, I'm doing the job, might put the other person at ease, or the other parties at ease. Hey, I'm an unwilling participant, so leave me alone, I'm doing my job. And the moon is here. Wolf, guidance and guardianship. Wolf, guidance and guardianship is telling me that you have stuff going on where your inner gut may not be 100% on point. So, like your dreams and goals is like the moon's dreams and goals. Your dreams and goals may have to be on the back burner right now. So, it's like they aren't part of this situation at all. So, allow your dreams and goals to set off to one side so you can do the job at hand. Even though you want to make your dreams and goals priority, it's not time for that. And the Emperor here, Eagle, vision, power, and healing. Vision, power, and healing talks about your personal foundation. It also talks about your house and your business foundation. But the real deal right now is that the priority for you is your personal heart foundation, how you can sleep, how you can be in the world, and know that you're okay, all right? And that's by being impeccable, and also, you know, taking care not to run away. Don't run away. But it's not about your goals right now, unless your goal is simply to absolutely take care of what's going on at the home front. Take care of the home front. And know that your vision may not be quite clear, right? You may be a little fuzzy right now. When you bring emotions into the pile of what's going on, it's a lot. So keeping that in mind is important, all right? The Queen of Cups is here. The Queen of Cups is here as your solution. This is a person who is emotionally based also, but is going to be in support of you 100%. They're going to step up and take care of whatever they can without being overburdened. Even if all they do is listen, you can let them be somewhere else, and you can just have them listen to you talk, and that's okay. Just give them a heads up. I just need to talk. They're going to be really good at listening. So, cool. All right? It's good. They don't have to solve anything. They just have to listen. All right? Listening from their heart. Very good. They're good at that. The Eight of Swords is here, and it is the grackle. Freeing emotions and anxieties. The Ace of Swords. So, nope, Eight of Swords, sorry. Ocho. It's the Eight of Swords. Yeah, I want you to free your emotions with our good friend, the Queen of Cups, because that's going to be helpful to you and everybody else. If you just verbally ventilate out what you need to say, you'll feel better, and you'll be able to be more rational in how you handle things as they come. Okay? That's super good. Be open to the possibilities of communicating those things. And the Lovers has shown up here. The Bee. Fertility. It talks about your partner in crime, your partner in life, being there and being helpful in helping you maintain your balance. The Bee is fertility and spiritual choice. So you have the Bee, who's, of course, very good at fertility. And yeah, so, right. Family planning could be on point. If you're into family planning, or you plan to bring anything else into your world, another animal, another baby, whatever that is, keep in mind that this really just speaks to your partner in life, and you have support through that. And I'm very happy to say that you have support. You have a lot of really good support as you're going through this stuff. All right, so let the Wheel of Fortune guide you, but stay clear, stay clean, stay impeccable with your word. Remember, it's not really all about you, and keep an eye on your foundation, but you know, it's not about you all the time. Fair enough? All right. Well, excellent. Thank you so much for being here, Capricorn. I really, really appreciate you guys being here. Go ahead and hit the like and follow buttons, subscribe, and we will talk next about the 5th through the 11th. Thank you.